Evening all, Louise here. Welcome to my channel. Right, I've got some news for you. First of all, I've still not got my PIN yet from Google to put my payment details in so that I can receive the revenue from YouTube. So I've not been able to send any money to Bluebell Wood yet, but the estimated total so far is £108. I don't know whether that's £108 minus 45% that YouTube take, or whether it's actually £108. But as soon as I've got any further details for you, I will let you know. £108, folks. That's like all I've had to do is sit and flip some cards and do some readings, and all you've had to do is sit and watch, and hopefully children who are at end of life care will have something to smile about pretty soon. I don't believe that the payment's going to come through until probably January, but that's where we are so far. Right, if you want to be entered in the draw for the Angel Wisdom tarot cards wherever you are in the world, you need to go to my latest Tommy Robinson reading, like and comment interested, and anything else that you want to say in that comment. The draw will be taking place on Sunday. I may do it as a live, whether I've got 3 people in room or nobody in room, I might do it as a live. I haven't decided yet. It all depends on life, to be fair. But the draw will take place on Sunday. There will be a video of me doing the draw, whether it's live or pre-recorded. So that's that. So if you want to be entered into the draw, you've got tonight, Friday, Saturday. You've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday up till about 6 p.m. to bang your name forward. Right, this reading is for Michael, who has asked, will all this end in riots? So by all this, I'm presuming Michael means all the winter fuel payments taken from pensioners, the illegal migrant issue, all the things that keep coming out on a daily basis. Students having to pay more fees, all of us having to pay more tax in one way or another, the farmers' inheritance tax and all that. Will all this anguish end in riots? So we're going to have a look at the Wisdom Oracle first by Colette Baron Reid. That's the book. And then we've got the Rider-Waite Tarot, which is the bog standard tarot deck. And I'm going to take an oracle first. So let's start us off with an oracle card. Will this end in riots? I'm not so sure it will, Michael, because I think after the last round of riots, we see what happened. People got jailed for naughty tweets. People are still getting done for silly tweets and saying things that they should have a right to say. It's still happening. None of us are safe from that. That's including broadcasters and people in the public eye. I believe even Michael Gove has been the target of it, as being the editor of The Spectator. I believe even he's had been at the brunt end of it very recently. So will it end in riots? I don't know. There's not enough prison spaces for us all, is there? So let's have a look. Come on then, Oracle, let's do it. Let's do this. Is this going to end in riots? Oh my word. Come Come on. Are we going to have a riot? I'm guessing not, because they're not wanting to come out and tell us anything. Come on. We've got soulmates in reverse. Soulmates in reverse. What's that got to do with riots? 41. Let's have a look. 41. 41 in reverse. That's the protection message. I'll show you the right way around. Soulmates. Penguins mate for life, don't they? An important relationship brings you to your knees. This is the kind of soulmate who comes with a potential gift. Your patterns and all your old stories that don't serve you don't serve your well-being enter into this dynamic, so you can heal them. This person is called to a sacred task to help you learn. Even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even inconceivable, the question is, why did he or she do this to me? But rather, what is the gift in this? Look into this mirror, you will only be changed for the better. Right, that's actually quite poignant. Don't look at it from a relationship, as in man and woman relationship, love relationship. Look at it as a relationship between the politicians, the leadership, and the people. Why are they doing this to us? There is a lesson in there somewhere. What's the positive that comes out of that? Well, I would say that the positive that's coming out of that right now is people are finding community. People are finding like-minded individuals. People who have can see through the bullshit, basically. People who remember what it's like to have a harmonious community and want that back. So even though we are having a tough time, maybe Keir Starmer and his mad cabinet are here. Maybe they're serving their life purpose to make us wake up and steer us into action, because inaction is just going to lead us down a very, very difficult path that's the more it goes on, the more difficult it is for us to climb out of it. So ask yourself, what are the good things that are coming out of that? You might have to dig deep. You might have to dig very, very deep. However, people are finding community. People are sticking together. Look at the farmers and the people supporting the farmers. Look at the people that march on London for the Unite the Kingdom rallies. Thousands upon thousands of people. The good thing that's coming out of that is that people are uniting. But Michael wants to know, is it going to end in riot? Are we going to have some sort of civil unrest? Quite a long time ago, and I think it's about a year ago, it might have been even longer than that, I'm sure that I did a video entitled Civil War, and that was from a vision that I had of civil war, of major unrest. Now, whether that was whether it was before the actual July, way before the July riots, whether that was something that I was picking up on in the energy, or whether there's something bigger coming along, I don't know. But let's have a look at the tarot and see. I mean, there is definite division, and there's definite tensions in the energy, and those tensions are getting more and more and more angry. But there's also quite a lot of apathy. I think a lot of people have just put their hands over their ears and they're shouting la 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 la. I don't want to know. A lot of people don't want to know, and a lot of people are very frightened. Right, we've got the moon. So someone is definitely pulling the wool over our eyes, but it's already been illuminated in the light of the moon. So The moon card can mean very many different things, but it depends on the time, the energy, the question, other cards around it. But and I do read intuitively. So I'm getting that someone is definitely pulling the wool over our eyes, and we are aware of it. And we are these dogs howling at the moon. It's like, for God's sake, what are we going to do about it? So yeah, all right then, we're all fed up. So is there going to be some unrest? We're getting the devil a lot, and we get the devil a lot when we talk about Keir Starmer and this current government. This is about addiction. The devil can be about addiction. It can be addiction to substance. It can be addiction to a person. It can be addictive type of personality. Gaming, gambling, anything that a person can be addicted to. This is what the devil card talks about. You can also be addicted to power. And although this devil may well be addicted to power, and if we look at the devil and think the devil is the Labour government and the leader being Keir Starmer, at this moment in time, his grip is not as tight as he would like it to be. And I say this every time we get the devil card, but I can't stress this enough. These two people are only tied loosely, and if they want to walk free, all they've got to do is slip the chains off their heads, over their heads. So there's an addiction to power here, but the grip isn't as tight as they would like it to be. Pulling the wool over his eyes, trying to make us believe that we have no other options in our lives. We also know that, but what's that going to lead to? Are we going to resist? We've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles is a homely person who looks after the family, good food, a decent roof, a nice warm house, all that kind of thing. In reverse, we're looking at, provision is being withdrawn. Well, we know that too. Provision is being withdrawn to the pensioners, provision towards us in the way that we are now going to be squeezed beyond belief, and those few extra pennies that we might be able to put to one side to maybe go on holiday once every couple of years or whatever, if you're lucky enough. I haven't been on holiday for 7 years, something like that. So the squeeze is on. We're being fed a line. We're being fed a line that there is no other option in life, and provision is being removed. It's being withdrawn. So the state, in an altruistic way, has withdrawn its altruism. I'm going to put that one there. We know that too. But how are the people going to respond? We've got the Four of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups is someone... Eight of Cups, not Four of Cups. The Eight of Cups is walking away. Is realising that, we're not... There's no point. We're not going to win. This is an endeavour that we can't win, so we're going to walk away. But it's in reverse. The people aren't walking away from this fight. The funds have been withdrawn. Even though there are funds, it's our money, and we are not walking away. So this looks like standing up. But how are we going to stand up? Are we going to do it in a physical way, in an intellectual way? We're just going to... Right, so then we've got the Fool. The Fool is the beginning of a journey. The 22 Arcana, Major Arcana cards, and we've already got two major Arcana cards here This is the third. We've got the moon and the devil and the fool. A prevalence of major arcana cards makes the reading more important, more pressing. The Fool is the beginning of the major arcana, the 22 major arcana cards. And the Fool is the person that's stepping out on their journey. Naive, they don't know much about the world, they don't know much about what direction they're going to go in. And on their journey, they meet several individuals, like the Empress, like the Magician and the High Priestess, and they learn from all these people as he goes along his journey. And then he gets to the world, which is the end of the cycle, and then it goes back to the beginning of the cycle. And this mirrors the pattern of everybody's life. We always do things, we get to the end of a task or the end of a particular era in our lives and we start again. If you think about maybe getting married and you have your children and you might get divorced and then you've got to start again. You've gone through that fool's journey, now you're going back to being the fool again. You don't know where you're going. You don't know when you're going to end up. You could well fall off a cliff. And this dog is trying to warn him that he's about to fall off a cliff. But he don't give a toss because he's starting out brand new. And this is predicting the people. We are going to stand and fight. We're not going to walk away and we're going to go and do it with confidence. There's confidence here. The people are going to gather confidence, and the confidence comes from the communities that they create. But how are we going to do this? And we have the Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups was also in reverse. We're going to do it with confidence. We're going to do it without being emotional. We're not going to be children about it. We're going to do it in an adult, grown-up, unemotional, in an unemotional way. So how we are going to fight this is we've decided we're not going to walk away from this, but we are going to fight this with intelligence, without fear, without emotional attachment, without being a child about it. So it sounds to me like we're not looking at riot here, we're looking at an intellectual battle. Yeah. And we're going to stand and we're going to wait, because eventually our ships are going to come in. We're going to do our fighting. We're not going to care about the consequences. We're not going to care about the consequences. We're going to be very straightforward about it, and we're going to wait for our ships to come in. I think it's a wait and see thing, this. I think being confident in communities, turning up in numbers, is frightening this devil to death, because he can't tighten his grip. He's not allowed to tighten his grip. And we have, this is the Five of Swords. This is competition. Then there's going to be competition. I think this is going to be a political competition. We're waiting for our ships to come in because we know there's going to be a competition. Are we talking about the May elections next year? This May elections, are we? Yeah. Slow and steady wins the race. And I'm shivering to death, and I know I'm right. So this is let me evaluate now, because I've been told to slow down and look. Slow down and look. There needs to be another one. Yeah, I'm right. So we're gonna spring forth with a new attitude. We're not going to be fearful. We're going to be very blinkered and unemotional about it. We're going to sit and we're going to wait. We're going to stand together. there will be some competition, and the winner of that competition will be the one that's been treading very carefully but confidently. I think this is talking about the May elections, and I think that this is about the May election, and I think the Knight of Pentacles is the person that's waited for a very long time and been very good and calculated and thought very carefully about the next moves and the next moves and the next moves. It's taken this person a very long time to get where they are, but come the May elections, we've got a new person coming up through the rank. This could possibly be Farage we're talking about here. This person is going to be a major contender for the next general election, but it's a wait and see. Is there going to be riots? I don't think there is. There isn't going to be riots, but we are prone to knee-jerk reactions, so there might well be pockets of flashes of inspiration and flashes of anger to act, but it's not going to be like it was in July. There will be action. There will be people who spring into action, but it's not showing up as civil war or public unrest, because that would be a wands. Yeah, there's going to be knee-jerk reactions, but it's not going to be like it was in July, because people have remembered what happened in July and they were done over. So we're going to do it intellectually. Swords are about the intellect. We're going to do it more. It's going to be more thought through community. We're going to become a force, an oppositional force, and we need to be calmly waiting for our ships to come in, because this devil cannot hang on much longer, cannot tighten the grip anymore, because we can see what the game is, but we're not going to walk away, even though we've had practically everything we've got removed from us. All the comfort and security has literally been wiped away. We're not walking away from the fight. We're starting afresh with our communities. We're going to take this battle head on, without emotionality, without being over the top, without any knee-jerk reactions. I'm going to wait for our time is coming. There will be a competition. There's a person here who's been coming forward for a long time. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. This is careful, considerated, very carefully planned, and will be a next force. This is a fiery person, a person that's got inspiration. There's somebody who sparks inspiration in others, a good orator, someone who is passionate about their beliefs. There is going to be little pockets of knee-jerk reactions, because shit is going to hit the fan from time to time. But people are going to remember what happened in July. They are going to go back to July and go, do you know what? Maybe that wasn't the brightest thing to do. We need to start using our intellect and charge forward with our intellect and do it clever next time. So, Michael, to answer your question, I don't believe there will be any more riots. Anyway, I hope that answers your question. I hope you enjoyed that reading. And don't forget, if you want to be entered into the draw for the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radley Valentine, go to the latest Tommy Robinson video, like it, please like it, and comment interested and anything else that you wish to say. Up to now, we've got about 70 people in the draw, which is good. That's very good. Right, I'm off, and I shall see you next time. I believe the next reading is, I'll tell you what it is. Hang about. Done then. Oh, I've written it down and I can't remember what. Michelle wants to know about the data bill, the AI. Right, I'm going. Speak to you later. Take care. Ta-ra.